today's virtual tour is going to be on Marrakesh in Morocco. So today we'll be talking about like where Marrakesh is located, what is Marrakesh known for, the history behind the city, the attractions, the economy and the jobs, culture, sports, transportation, food, climate, and fun facts. So where's Marrakesh located? So it's located in the fourth. Sorry, it's the fourth largest city in the Kingdom of Morocco. Founded in 1062, located in southern Morocco between the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea at the foot of the Great Atlas Mountains. So what is Marrakesh known for? Most parts of Morocco, including Marrakesh, is a major economic center, as well as the location of mosques, palaces, gardens, and the Medina. And the Medina is a densely packed, walled medieval city, and it's dated back to the Berber Empire with maze-like alleys and thriving marketplaces selling pottery, jewelry, and other handcrafted items. And we'll get more into the Medina further on in our presentation. So the history of Marrakesh. So Yusuf Tashfin was the ruler of Morocco's Almoravid Empire who founded Marrakesh in 1062. He also was classified as one of the country's most popular leaders, promoting an Islamic system throughout the country's Muslim Spain, and the Merherb Marrakesh was also assigned to the capital of Almoravid conquest. The Almohads, who followed Berber traditions, took over the city from the Almoravids in 1147. They turned to Marrakesh's Medinas into a prestigious capital city after destroying it due to religious incompetence. They increased the enclosure and planted new trees to prove their ownership of the land. And back in the day, this was known as the heyday in the history of Marrakesh. So some attractions is so the first one is the Marshal Garden, and the Marshal Garden is located in Marrakesh, Morocco, obviously, and it's a 2.5 acre horticultural garden, and it's an artist's landscape garden. It was built by a French artist by the name of Jacques Morgel, beginning in 1923, and contains a cubist villa design by the French architect Paul Seigneur in the late 1930s. So this is now where we're going to get into more of Medina. So Medina is known as an old part or a town of a city found in many countries of North Africa, not just Morocco. It is typically walled and contains narrow streets, fountains, palaces, and mosques. Um, the word Medina means city or town in modern day Arabic. Medina in Marrakesh was founded in 1070 or 72 and is full of vibrant morning to night marketplace with stalls carrying fresh produce, dried goods, and trinkets. Another attraction is the Yves Saint of St. Laurent Museum. And the Yves Saint Laurent Museum in Marrakesh is a museum dedicated to the fashion designer Yves Saint Laurent. And it usually has a good amount of visitors with 700,000 visitors per year. It was inaugurated in October of 2017 and opened to the public in October 19th, 2017. In January 2018, the museum received the Best New Public Building Award at the end of 2018 at the Design Awards in the British Columbia or British International Design Magazine wallpaper. So other tours and activities people usually participate in are bus tours, hiking through deserts and waterfalls, and camel rides, Morocco is commonly viewed as a good budget-friendly destination, and while traveling in Morocco is significantly less expensive than in Europe, Japan, Australia, or other parts of the world, it can be as cheap or expensive as you want it to be, depending on your travel style. Everyone's different. So, with the economy and the occupation, most common jobs there are mostly with architectural tourism guides, handcraft sales, phosphate rock mining and processing, food canning, and construction. These subcomponents are some of the major sectors of the economy. The architectural sector, which employs 39.1% of Moroccans and remains critical to the country's economy. So, now with the culture, Marrakesh is morally rich and diverse with prominent landmarks reflected to the great buildings, delicious food, and friendly people. Because of the large Berber population, the culture in their city is clearly different and has been strongly influenced by Arab and Islamic cultures and civilizations. So, sports are usually played pretty regularly, and the most common are golf and soccer, and they're known to be the two most popular sports played. Soccer has been the most popular sport in Morocco since the Europeans brought the sport to their country in the 19th century. The popularity of soccer led to a very fast growing and successful national team. So now with food, the first one might be a little disturbing, but snail soup. As people tour around the Medina, if you go, you'll notice many containers of steaming snail soup. The snails are slowly cooked in a crispy broth made with over 15 different spices over a low heat. And the next one is a makuta. In simple terms, a makuta are delicious potato fritters that have been dipped in egg and deep fried. It kind of reminds me of like a zucchini fry, how you would dip it in like breadcrumbs in the egg and then deep fry it. And then the last one is kefta tang. So the tang, also known as tangia, is one of Morocco's most well known dishes, though the name refers to the urn shaped terracotta pot in which the food is cooked rather than the ingredients themselves. The Celta tang, which is made up of small meatballs, it could be either lamb or beef, cooked in a rich tomato and onion sauce. The eggs are cracked into the sauce just before serving. So, transportation. Walking is the only way to get around Marrakesh's Medina if you were to go there. Some of the streets in the historic center are so narrow that only motorcycles and bicycles can get through. So, yeah, in this picture, you can see like there's more motorcycles than cars, but there are definitely cars there. So, don't think that there's no vehicles. So the climate, Morocco's coastal region features a more moderate climate tempered by the Mediterranean Sea and Atlantic Ocean. Um, in Mostly in Morocco, the summers averages high temperatures ranging between 29 degrees Celsius and 32 degrees Celsius. The further you get away from the coast, the more extreme the temperatures become. Usually, the coldest month is January, and the warmer months are usually June and July. So, some fun facts: it's forbidden to cut palm trees in the city, and if someone is caught, they're fined $5,000. And if you take a picture of something or someone, they are expected payments from you for allowing you to take their pictures. Marrakesh is divided into two distinct areas. The Old City, also known as Medina, which houses the souks, or as known as the market area, and the Modern City, which houses the city's marketing portion and residential area. Marrakesh is one of Morocco's safest cities. You may feel a little unsafe at night, but you'll never be threatened or hurt, and this is due to Morocco's hefty fines and the police's increasing presence. So Marrakesh is also known as the Red City due to the color of the walls of the old Medina. So that's kind of like the red and orangey color. And my question for you is, would you travel to Marrakesh if you haven't already?